I whispered every thought to you, hoped you'd hear my heart. But your silence was louder than any word you could impart. I gave my love with trembling hands, laid my soul at your feet. But every time I reached for you, you stayed out of reach. I tried to read the spaces between the things you said, but love can't survive alone. It needs to be met. This is where my feelings went unanswered, left in the shadows of your gaze. I bled my heart in quiet nights while you were lost in your ways. I spoke, I waited, I held too long, hoping you'd respond somehow. This is where my feelings went unanswered, and I'm still haunted by it now. I counted every little sign, every glance, every pause, hoping one would tell me that I mattered after all. I shrank myself to fit your world, tried to keep you close, but some hearts never listen, and some love means the most to only one. I blame myself for wanting more, for needing love returned, but some hearts leave empty rooms, and some lessons must be learned. This is where my feelings went unanswered, left in the shadows Some hearts stay quiet, some love is never heard. And I'll carry my own melody where my feelings find their words. You used to look at me like home, like I was where you land. Your voice would soften when you spoke. Your future fit my hand, and something shifted in your silence. Before you said a word, you stayed, but I felt lonely in the way you stopped being sure. You said I was still important, just not the way before. Love doesn't vanish in a moment, it just stops knocking at the door. I remember the day I stopped feeling chosen, standing right beside you, still alone. You were there, but not really with me. Your heart had already gone. You didn't leave, didn't say goodbye. You just stopped choosing me. And I've been stuck, reliving that moment, the day you set yourself free. We still said I love you out of habit, like words we used to mean. Your arms felt colder every time, like I was in between. I tried to be less, ask for nothing, so you wouldn't pull away. But shrinking myself to keep you was the price I had to pay. I blame my heart for wanting more, like love was asking too much. But love should never feel like begging for someone's human touch. I remember the day I stopped feeling chosen, when trying stop hurting you. You looked at me like a memory instead of something true. You didn't break me, was the fight, or words that cut too deep. You broke me with indifference and the way you went to sleep. If I had known that was the last real moment, I would have held you tighter then. I would have said everything I felt instead of hoping you'd come back again. Now every song in empty night carries the echo of your choice. It's strange how losing someone slowly can silence your own voice. I remember the day I stopped feeling chosen, the day I felt you leave. come with distance or a last embrace. They happen quietly, without a sound, the day love changes its face. You didn't push me off the edge, you just stepped back over time. Every promise lost its color, every truth blurred its line. You held my hand through all the silence, said we're okay, just tired tonight. I didn't know I was already falling while you were learning how to fly. I called your distance just a phase, made excuses for your doubt. Love doesn't break all at once, it fades while you're reaching out. Loving you was my slowest fall, one step at a time, no sound at all. I stayed when leaving would have saved me. I believed when hope was small. You didn't leave with slammed doors or words that tried to stall. You just stopped choosing me. Loving you was my slowest fall. We still shared space, still shared a bed, but not the same goodbye. Your eyes were always somewhere else, your heart already tried. I learned to read between your breaths, to hear the things you wouldn't say. You were slowly turning into someone who didn't need me anyway. I blame my heart for wanting more, like love was asking too much. But love should never feel like reaching for a disappearing touch. Loving you was my slowest fall, from always down to if at all. I gave you time, I gave you grace, and lost myself inside the crawl. You didn't break me in one moment or leave me wrecked and small. You just let me fade alone. Loving you was my slowest fall. If I could go back to that version of me, I'd hold her hands and say, don't confuse being needed with being loved this way. Now every song, every quiet room still knows your name by heart. It's strange how falling takes so long when breaking happens in the dark. Loving you was my slowest fall, from hope to hurt, from us to all. One day I'll stand back on my feet, but tonight I feel it all. You didn't mean to break me down, you just stopped trying it all. And I'm still picking up the pieces. Loving you was falls don't feel like falling till you're already on the ground. And I'll always remember the moment when loving you pulled me down. You used to hold me like I mattered, like I was hard to replace. Now you forget to ask how I am, like I'm just taking up space. I watched your efforts slowly disappear right in front of my eyes. You stopped fighting for what we had before you ever said goodbye. You said, nothing's wrong, I swear, but love was already gone. Some hearts don't leave all at once, they leave by moving on. This was when I became easy to lose, standing right beside you, still alone. You learned how to live without us before I learned how to let go. You didn't choose someone over me, you just stopped choosing me. And that was the moment I realized how easy I'd come to be. I lowered my expectations just to keep you near. I called neglect understanding and swallowed every fear. You loved me best when I needed less, when I didn't ask for proof. But love that disappears in comfort was never rooted in truth. I blame myself for feeling hurt, like pain was my mistake. But love should never feel disposable or easy after becoming easy to lose. I held your heart like it was mine, every whisper, every touch. I gave my all, my every breath. You let me love you too much. I forgave the nights you weren't there, believed in every lie. I stayed awake and waited still while you watched the world pass by. You never asked for all I gave, you never wanted the whole of me. Some hearts can't handle devotion, and some love can't be free. You let me love you too much, gave me a fire I couldn't contain. I've let my soul, I gave my all, and still it was in vain. I held you close in empty rooms and hoped you'd feel it too. You let me love you too much, and I forgot to save me too. I counted every smile, every glance, every moment that felt like hope. But love that's unreciprocated leaves the heart unable to cope. I built my dreams around your name and prayed you'd understand. But some hearts just take and leave before they ever give a hand. I blame myself for needing more, for wanting love in return. But some hearts can't meet halfway, and some love has to burn. You let me love you too much, gave me a fire I couldn't contain. I've let my soul, I gave my all, and still it was in vain. I held you close in empty rooms and hoped you'd feel it too. You let me love you too much, and I forgot to save me too. If I could tell my younger heart the truth I learned too late, I'd say love is a gift to share, not a burden to weight. I'll rise again, I'll heal my soul, and I'll learn to love the right way. But tonight I mourn the one I lost, the love I gave, the price I pay. You let me love you too much, with every tear, with every sigh. I gave my heart, my everything, while you just passed me by. I held you close in empty rooms and prayed you'd feel it too. You let me love you too much, and I'm learning to love me too. Some hearts take more than they give, and some love is only one way. But I'll rise from the ashes of loving too much yesterday. The room still holds your laughter, even though you're not here. I talk to shadows of our past, hoping somehow you'll appear. I set 2 plates upon the table, like you might come back someday. But I'm eating alone in silence while your memory stays. I gave you all the space I had, believed in every glance, but love that's shared in halves never has a chance. I'm loving alone in a room for 2, holding on when I should let go of you. Every whisper, every touch I give feels like a life we'll never live. I'm loving alone while you're elsewhere, not noticing the pain I wear. I'm loving alone in a room for 2, and nothing I do brings me to you. I replay the nights of quiet hope, when I thought we'd be okay. I leaned on you with open hands, but you slowly slipped away. I tried to shrink my own desires so you wouldn't feel confined, but love that hides behind your fear leaves the heart behind. I blame myself for asking too much, for needing when I should wait, but love should never feel like silence or sit alone with fate. I'm loving alone in a room for 2, holding on when I should let go of you. Every whisper, every touch I give feels like a life we'll never live. I'm loving alone while you're elsewhere, not noticing the pain I wear. I'm loving alone in a room for 2, and nothing I do brings me to you. If I could speak to the ghost of us, I'd tell my heart to step away. Love isn't meant for one-sided rooms where someone's gone astray. But tonight the chair across from me is empty, it still feels alive. I'm loving alone, holding memories of a love that couldn't survive. I'm loving alone in a room for 2, hoping someday someone feels it too. Every whisper, every touch I give will find a heart that wants to live. I'll stop loving alone in the shadows of you and find a love that's honest and true. I'm leaving the room where we were 2, and learning how to love someone new. Some hearts stay silent, some love doesn't stay. I was loving alone in a room for 2, but tomorrow I'll find my way. I watched you leave without a fight, no tears, no words, just space. I thought my heart would shatter first, but relief took its place. I held the weight of all our years, every promise, every lie. And somehow letting you go felt lighter than I'd felt inside. I blame myself for feeling free, like love was supposed to bind. But some goodbyes don't hurt enough until they leave you blind. The goodbye that felt like relief came wrapped in quiet, soft and cruel. I loved you more than you could know, and still I had to leave the fool. I felt my heart break and mend at once, the paradox of pain and peace. The goodbye that felt like relief, and finally a little release. Through rooms that still held you, your shadow in every hall. I whispered memories to the air that wouldn't answer my call. I realized loving someone too long can crush the soul you own, and sometimes leaving first is the only way to make your heart a home. I blame myself for wanting out, like freedom was a crime. But some love survives only in leaving, not in wasting time. The goodbye that felt like relief came wrapped in quiet, soft and cruel. I loved you more than you could know, and still I had is the one you must let disappear. Now every night, every quiet room holds both sorrow and reprieve, the ache of what we couldn't be, the relief that I could leave. The goodbye that felt like relief was a lesson I had to learn. I loved too hard, I held too long, but finally it's my turn. I felt my heart break and mend at once, the paradox of pain and peace. The goodbye that felt like relief, and finally a little release. Some farewells feel like freedom, some endings bring reprieve, and I'll always remember the night the goodbye felt like relief. House still breathes your name at night. Every room feels too wide. Your echo lingers in the walls, but you don't anymore inside. I talk to you in empty hours, like you might hear my pain, but silence is the only answer. watching it. You said you needed time and space, like love was crowding you, but you took all the sound of you when you walked out of you. This is the silence you left inside me, louder than any scream. It fills the space where love once lived, and tears apart my sleep. You didn't say goodbye forever, you just stopped choosing me. Now I'm living with the echo of the silence you left inside me. I replay all our conversations, looking for what went wrong. I measure time in unanswered texts and nights that feel too long. You learned how to move on quietly, like I was never there. I learned how to fall apart alone and call it learning to care. I blame my heart for feeling hurt, like love was asking too much. But love should never feel like absence, disguised as losing touch. This is the silence you left inside me, when words stopped feeling true. You still said I love you sometimes, but I couldn't feel it in you. You didn't leave with slammed doors or memories burned in fire. You just faded out of my life and left this quiet desire. If I could speak to the moment before you turned away, I'd ask if you ever felt the loss the way I feel it every day. Now every song sounds unfinished, every laugh feels out of place. It's strange how someone's absence can still fill all this space. This is the silence you left inside me, where your promises used to be. I'm learning how to breathe again, but it's quiet painfully. One day the silence will soften and I'll finally feel free. But tonight I'm still listening to the silence you left inside me. Some people don't leave with words, they leave with what they don't say, and I'm still learning how to live with the quiet you left this way. You folded your words into silence, like leaving was nothing at all. Your shoes by the door, still facing inside, but you never planned to call. I read your face for a reason, some sign that you still cared. But your eyes had already packed up, while mine was still standing there. You said, this isn't goodbye forever, like that was supposed to heal. But some endings don't need closure, they just teach you what's real. You left quietly, I broke loudly, in pieces you never heard. You closed the door without a sound, while my heart screamed every word. You didn't hate me, didn't fight me, just faded out of my life. You left quietly, and I broke loudly every night. Kept your name in my mouth too long, like it still belonged to me. I defended you in empty rooms where no one could see. You learned how to breathe without us before I learned how to let go. I was still begging love to stay while you were already home. You said you needed peace and space, like I was the noise somehow. So I learned how to fall apart alone and not ask you how. You left quietly, I broke loudly, in ways I couldn't hide. You found your calm on the other side, while I drowned inside. You didn't slam doors or burn bridges, you just slipped out of sight. You left quietly, and I broke loudly every night. If loving me felt like a burden, I wish you'd said it out loud. I would have carried it or set you free instead of bleeding in the crowd. Now I talk to your memory at 3 a.m. like it might still care. Funny how you left so gently, but your absence lives everywhere. You left quietly, I broke loudly, from the plans we never tried, from loving someone who stopped choosing me but stayed by my side. One day I'll heal, I swear I will, learn how to sleep through the pain. But tonight I'm still paying the price for the love you couldn't explain. You left quietly, I broke loudly, and somehow only one of us felt it. I watched you smile, but not for me. Your laughter felt so far. I held your hand through stormy nights, but you had no more scars. I traced the lines of every lie, hoping they would bend, but something left you hollow, love, and I watched it descend. You said, I'm here, just need some space, but your eyes had gone away. Some hearts don't break with shouting, they just quiet live decay. The day your heart checked out was the day I me cold and used. I replayed all the silent signs, the words you never said, the warmth I thought I held in you had already fled. I blamed myself for feeling pain, for wanting what was gone. But some hearts leave without a reason and leave the rest alone. I tried to pull you back to me, but some bridges won't stand. You walked away in slow motion, left me with empty hands. The day your heart checked out was the day I started to fall. I stayed while you drifted elsewhere, and you didn't notice at all. I gave my love like a wildfire, burning bright and true. But the day your heart checked out, you left me cold and used. If I could turn back the clock, I'd guard my heart first. Love shouldn't be one-sided or quenched in someone else's thirst. I'll rise from all the ashes of the love I couldn't keep. But the day your heart checked out will haunt my quiet sleep. The day your heart checked out was the day I finally knew that love can fade in silence and leave no trace of you. I gave my all, I gave my soul to someone who withdrew. The day your heart checked out, I learned what pain can do. Some hearts leave quietly, some love quietly departs, and I'm still picking up the pieces of the day your heart checked out. I stayed awake through endless nights, waiting for your call. I built my world around your smile and gave you all my all. I laughed at jokes that weren't for me, hung on every word you said. And somewhere in your quiet heart, I felt my hopes start to shed. You never said, it never showed, but your absence screamed the truth. Love that's optional leaves scars that time can't soothe. That was the night I realized I was optional, a shadow standing in your light. I gave my everything to you, but you treated me like I wasn't right. I stayed when I should've walked away, hoping love would choose me still. That was the night I realized I was optional and learned what it means to feel. I rearranged my life for you, hid hid my tears, hid my pain. Try to shrink my heart down small so you wouldn't leave again. You love me only in fragments, only when it suited you. And every time I reached for more, you let go of me too. I blame my heart for wanting more, for needing love in return. But some hearts aren't made to hold, and some love has to burn. That was the night I realized I was optional, a shadow standing in your light. I gave my everything to you, but you treated me like I wasn't right. I stayed when I should've walked away, hoping love would choose me still. That was the night I realized I was optional, and learned what it means to feel. If I could tell my past self the truth I've come to know, I'd say love should never ask to take what you can't show. I'll rise from all the empty nights and guard my heart anew. No one will make me feel optional. No one will break me through. That was the night I realized I was optional, a shadow standing in your light. I gave my everything to you, but you treated me like I wasn't right. I stayed when I should've walked away, hoping love would choose me still. That was the night I realized I was optional, and now I'm learning to love me still. Some hearts leave you feeling less, some love teaches in disguise, and I'm still learning how to stand after realizing I was optional. I stayed awake through endless nights, worry when you didn't call. I built my world around your needs, ignored the cracks in my own walls. I carried every weight you left and buried all my pain. But love that's only given by one heart can never fully sustain. You never asked, you never tried, but I held on anyway. Some hearts can't see devotion until it slips away. This is when caring became one-sided. I gave my all and you stood still. I loved harder than you ever could, while you never climbed the hill. I mended every broken piece, hoped you'd notice what I do. This is when caring became one-sided, and I broke for loving you. I learned to shrink my voice for you, hid the tears I didn't show. I rearranged my life for someone who wouldn't let me grow. I whispered dreams into your hands, hoping you'd hold them too. But some hearts take without giving back, and some love drifts from view. I blame myself for wanting more, for needing love in Some hearts don't meet halfway, and some love has to burn. This is when caring became one-sided. I gave my all and you stood still. I loved harder than you ever could, while you never climbed the hill. I mended every broken piece, hoped you'd notice what I do. This is when caring became one-sided, and I broke for loving you. If I could tell my younger heart the truth I've learned too late, I'd say love shouldn't cost your soul or leave you filled with ache. I'll rise from all the sleepless nights and guard my heart anew. Some hearts deserve more than one-sided care, and I'll find someone who's true. This is when caring became one-sided. I gave my all and I fell down. I loved deeper than anyone could, while you never turned around. How many the pieces left in me, and love without the bruise. This is when caring became one-sided, and now I'm learning to choose. Some hearts take more than they give, some love leaves you behind, but I'll rise from the one-sided pain and finally make my heart mine. This room still knows you're breathing, like you never really left. Your coffee cup, your favorite song, all the things I never kept. I learned to smile through the silence, call your distance just a phase. I didn't know I was losing myself while waiting for you to stay. You said love shouldn't feel this heavy, like the weight was mine alone. But hearts don't break all at once, they learn it stone by stone. This is where my heart learned to hurt, between your someday and not now. I stayed when leaving would have saved me. I know that now somehow. You didn't shout at me with anger, you just slowly pulled apart. And I'm standing in the place you left, where my heart learned to hurt. I traced your name in empty mornings, like it might bring you back. I turned your silence into hope and carried all the cracks. You loved me best when it was easy, when I didn't ask for much. But the moment love needed effort, I was losing you by touch. You looked at me like I was fading, like I belonged to the past. I held on to what we almost were, long after quiet night carries the echo of you. It's strange how love can teach you pain without ever meaning to. This is where my heart learned to hurt, where hope slowly turned to fear, where loving you cost everything and losing you kept me here. One day I'll walk out of this place with less of you in my scars, but I'll always remember the night where my heart learned to hurt. Some loves don't end with a goodbye, they end with learning the truth. And I'll carry that lesson forever, from where my heart learned to hurt. I used to be the place you landed when the world was getting loud. Now I'm just a name you pass by without looking down. I kept your secrets like a shelter, held your fears like they were mine. But when I needed you the most, you ran out of time. You said, I hope you understand, like pain speaks that language too. Some love doesn't end in anger, it ends in being invisible to you. I was the part of me you never missed, the late night calls, the silent prayers. I stayed when it was hard to stay. You left when love needed care. You moved on like I was nothing, like I never crossed your mind. I was the part of me you never missed, but you were all of mine. I learned how to shrink my sadness so it wouldn't scare you away. I turned my needs into apologies and called it love that way. You loved me best when I was quiet, when I didn't ask for truth. But the moment I needed honesty, I started losing you. I replayed every conversation, searching for where I failed. But some hearts leave without looking back, and some love just goes stale. I was the part of me you never missed, the tears I cried alone. You slept just fine without my voice, without calling me home. You didn't hate me, didn't fight me, you just erased my place in time. I was the part of me you never missed, but you were all of mine. If I could talk to who I was then, love sign, don't beg to be seen. Love shouldn't feel like disappearing to keep someone's peace. Now every song feels unfinished, every night knows your name. It's strange how someone can forget you while you're still loving the same. I was the part of me you never missed when you finally let me go. You said you'll be okay someday, like you already know. I'll learn And I am still finding the pieces of the heart you didn't break. You just never came back for. I watched your eyes drift somewhere else while I held on to you. Your laughter carried someone new, and I didn't even move. I counted every quiet pause, every word you didn't say, and slowly felt my heart dissolve in the shadows of your day. You said it's nothing, don't take it hard, like pain was mine to bear. But some hearts break quietly when love feels unaware. That was the night I felt replaceable, like I was just a thought you'd outgrown. I gave you all I had to give, but still I stood alone. For you in the dark, while you were moving on. That was the night I felt replaceable, and wondered where I'd gone. I replayed every little sign, the smiles you never meant for me. I shrank myself to fit your world and called it love blindly. I stayed awake through stormy hours, hoping you might stay. But love that fades without a fight just slowly walks away. I blame myself for needing more, for hoping when I shouldn't see. But love that leaves a heart behind is not meant to be. That was the night I felt replaceable, like I was just a shadow in your light. I held my breath and gave my all, but you vanished, stood out of sight. I reached for you in the dark, while you were moving on. That was the night I felt replaceable, and wondered where I'd go. If I could turn back time, I'd tell my heart to guard its pain. Love isn't measured by endurance or standing through the rain. Now every song, every quiet night reminds me of that loss. That night I realized some love comes at a hidden cost. That was the night I felt replaceable, like I was nothing you'd choose. I gave my heart, my soul, my all, and still I felt the bruise. I reached for you in the dark, while you were moving on. That was the night I felt replaceable, and learned how to move on. Some hearts leave quietly, some love doesn't see, and I'm still learning how to heal from the night you didn't need me. I left the light on every night. told myself just give it time, like love can be designed. Your name lived on my calendar and promises you never made. I kept believing in someday while watching hope slowly fade. You said, I'm just not ready yet, like that meant don't let go. So I learned how to stand still while the world kept moving on. I was a heart that kept waiting for words you never said, for arms that stopped reaching, for a future that stayed in your head. You weren't cruel, you weren't angry, you just never came through. I was a heart that kept waiting, and it waited itself into. I measured love in almost, in plans that fell apart. I made a home inside your absence and called it my heart. You loved me best when it was easy, when I didn't ask for proof. But love that lives on borrowed time is always on losing truth. I blame myself for wanting more, like hope was asking too much. But love should never feel like patience with a disappearing touch. I was a heart that kept waiting while you learned how to be free. You found your life on the other side and left the us with me. You didn't say goodbye forever, you just stopped choosing us. I was a heart that kept waiting until waiting turned to dust. If I could speak to who I was, then I'd say don't beg to stay. Love isn't built on maybe soon or promises that fade. Now every song feels unfinished, every night feels too long. It's strange how hope can hurt you when it's held for too long. I was a heart that kept waiting for you to finally see that love isn't just staying close, it's choosing constantly. One day I'll love without hesitation, without fear or excuse. But tonight I'm still healing from a heart that kept waiting on you. Some hearts don't break from being left, they break from waiting too long. And I'm learning how to let go of the love I held on to wrong. I ran through storms to meet your eyes, crossed bridges built of fear. I reached for you in empty nights, but you were never near. I built my hope on every word, believe you'd understand. But love can die in quiet ways, without a touch of hand. You said I'm here, just not for long. Like distance was my fault. But some hearts never bridge the gap, and some love hard. The distance you never crossed is the wound I can't erase. the silence grow. The distance you never crossed is the hurt I'll always know. I whispered prayers into the dark, hoping you might appear, but your steps never followed mine and only left me here. I blame myself for wanting more, for hoping when I shouldn't see. But some hearts are built to wander, and some love will never be. You left me reaching for nothing while I learned to stand alone. Some roads never meet the end, and some love turns to stone. The distance you never crossed is the wound I can't erase. I gave you all my nights and days. You didn't meet me halfway. I held on tight through every storm. You let the silence grow. The distance you never crossed is the hurt I'll always know. If I could go back to that moment, I'd hold my heart before I gave. I'd love myself before I loved you, and I'd let hope enslave. Now every song, every quiet room carries the echo of you. The love I built alone in vain, and distance you never knew. The distance you never crossed is the one I can't erase. I gave you all my nights and days. You didn't meet me halfway. I held on tight through every storm. You let the silence grow. The distance you never crossed is the hurt I'll always know. Some hearts leave without a sound. Some love never learns to move, and I'm still standing here alone, feeling the distance you never proved. I gave you all my quiet mornings and every sleepless night. Held your fears like they were mine. Hid my pain so you'd be alright. I let my heart bleed in silence. Hoped you'd see what I can't show. But love that's unreturned, my dear, is a pain you'll never know. I blame myself for loving deep, for wanting more than you could give. But hearts aren't meant to shrink and bend just so someone else can live. I gave more than you needed, more than you could ever feel. I loved harder than you asked and cried while you stood still. I held the weight of every moment that you didn't even keep. I gave more than you needed and fell alone too deep. I stayed awake through stormy nights, waiting for a sign, while you moved through your world like you were never mine. I shaped my world around your presence, hid my tears, my ache, my cries. But some hearts are thought devotion could bridge the gap between wanting and being true. But love that's never mutual leaves a hollow space in you. I gave more than you needed, more than you could ever feel. I loved harder than you asked, and cried while you stood still. I held the weight of every moment that you didn't even keep. I gave more than you needed, and fell too deep. If I could tell my younger heart the truth I've come to find, love shouldn't cost you everything for someone who won't be kind. A life from all the giving, and guard my soul anew, because I'll find a love that's equal in someone who sees me too. I gave more than you needed, more than you could ever feel. I loved harder than you asked, and cried while you stood still. I held the weight of every moment that you didn't even keep. I gave more than you needed, and now I'm learning to keep me. Some hearts take more than they give, some heart leaves you too much to bear. But I'll find someone who matches my fire, and finally learns to care. I spoke your name in crowded rooms like it still belonged to me. I defended you in every silence, you never noticed me. I read your moods like weather signs, changed myself to keep the peace. While you loved me in lowercase, I was shouting in belief. You said love shouldn't hurt this much, like I was doing it wrong. But when you're the only one fighting, every quiet feels too long. I loved you louder than you loved me. Every day, every night, I screamed your name in my prayers while you whispered mine. Sometimes I gave you more than I had to give. You gave me, maybe we'll see. I loved you louder than you loved me, and it's still echoing in me. I learned to smile through disappointment, call neglect space you need. I turned my pain into patience so you wouldn't see me bleed. You loved me best when I asked for less, when I didn't need your time. But love that's scared of effort is already halfway goodbye. I blame my heart for wanting more, like hope was asking too much. But love should never feel like begging for someone's human touch. I loved you louder than you loved me. With every broken part, I made a home inside your chaos while you kept one foot apart. You didn't mean to hurt me, you just never loved me deep. I loved you louder than you loved me, and that's the wound I keep. but missed the meaning while I was bleeding pure. Now silence feels so heavy, but at least it's finally true. I'd rather hear nothing at all than half a love from you. I loved you louder than you loved me, but I won't anymore. I'm learning how to lower my voice and walk out of this war. One day my love will be returned, just as loudly, just as free. But tonight I'm still healing from loving you louder than you loved me. I loved you louder, and now I'm learning how to love me. I watched the nights turn into days, counting the hours you were gone. I whisper prayers into the dark, hoping somehow you'd come home. I held your memory like a knife, every heartbeat felt its edge. While you were out there living life, I was trapped in my own pledge. You said we'd be forever, but your forever never stayed. Some love doesn't fade with time, it leaves a heart betrayed. I broke while you moved on, shattered pieces where my hope belonged. I loved you deeper than you knew, but you found someone new. I stayed in shadows of what we had and cried alone for the love we lost. I broke while you moved on and paid the cost. I replayed every word, every lie, every glance that wasn't true. I tried to forgive, tried to let go, but nothing could undo the nights I spent holding myself while you laughed somewhere else. I gave my all, I gave my soul, but you couldn't love me well. You moved without regret or sorrow, left me drowning in the past. Some hearts move quietly forward while others break too fast. I broke while you moved on, shattered pieces where my hope belonged. I loved you deeper than you knew, but you found someone and pay the cost. I broke while you moved on, and I'm learning to survive.